Hey there, welcome to Watch Recap, and today, I'm going to recap a Japanese superhero film called Inuyashiki. Okay, so let's start. Ichiro Inuyashiki is a common man who works hard for his family, but his family doesn't have respect for him and never appreciates him for what he do. He feels bad when they treat him like trash, but still tries his best to make them happy. Ichiro has bought a new house for his family. When they visit the new neighborhood, his son Takeshi and daughter Mari mistake for the big house to be theirs, but soon realize that their new house is the small one next to it. They are not happy with the house their father bought, spending all his life savings. To make them happy, Ichiro brought their favorite food, but no one pays attention to him and goes out to eat. Ichiro eats alone at home. One day, Ichiro works overtime and returns home late. He saw some people beating up a guy for money and wants to help, but is too afraid to help. He sees his daughter, who mocks him for being too coward to help and leaves herself without helping. At home, Ichiro was sitting alone when a dog approaches him. He finds a letter from her collar belt which says, "Her name is Hanako and please take care of her." He feels pity for the dog, but his wife tells him to get rid of it. She hands him a medical report of him which says he have to take some tests tomorrow. Next day, Ichiro goes to the hospital where he finds out that he has third-stage cancer. It has spread throughout his body and has left him with only a few months to live. Overwhelmed by this, he tries to call his wife, but she cuts the call before he could tell her, while his kids don't even pick the call. Later, he takes Hanako for a walk and cries, thinking if his family would even care if he dies. Abandoning the dog, he leaves with a heavy heart, but finds the dog following him. He then cries out his heart, thinking the dog is the only one who cares about him. He notices a guy sitting at the bench close to him, but then, a great flash of light glows in the sky and gets even bigger. Something big falls at the ground, hitting Ichiro and the other guy. They both are shown to be dead, but next morning, Ichiro wakes up in the same park where he was last night with Hanako. He picks up his glasses but is shocked when he realizes he can see clearly without them. Not knowing what happened, he goes to his home and have breakfast, but then, he watches his hand turning into a machine and shooting what he just ate. He is horrified when his head literally opens up like a machine. Soon, his whole body turns into a machine. It is then revealed that last night it was the aliens who crashed at the park, killing Ichiro and the other guy there. Then they revived him as a machine with human brain, and now he possesses superhuman strength and machines that are so advanced and powerful. The guy who was also revived by the aliens, named Hiro, also got the same powers and goes to his friend Naoyuki and shoots a bird with his fingers. Naoyuki is shocked when Hiro shows him he can move objects with his mind, and thinks he's in a dream when Hiro turns into a powerful machine. Meanwhile, Ichiro is still confused about what happened to him. On his way, he sees an injured pigeon and picks it up. His hand surprisingly heals the pigeon. He then observes how he can hear a mother crying for his son far away. He follows the sound and finds a sick boy on a hospital bed. He touches his face and, as you're thinking, he heals the boy like he did the pigeon. Ichiro happily tells the boy that he has recovered and returns home with a smile on his face after a long time. The other day, Naoyuki was bullied by a boy in the class. Hiro saves him and even tries to kill the bully, but Naoyuki stops him. Realizing that the powers have made Hiro violent, Shion is a girl in Hiro's class who likes Hiro, and that day she confessed to him about her feelings, leaving Hiro speechless. We were then introduced to Hiro's mother, who is a waitress in a restaurant. Hiro's father is a rich guy who left his mother for another woman. Hiro doesn't like his father but still goes to meet him. Hiro's step-siblings like him, but he can't like them back, thinking about what his father did to his mother. While returning, Hiro heard a family talking which reminds him about his father's new family. He goes inside and shoots the father, then the mother, very horribly killing the whole family. Meanwhile, Ichiro, who was helping kids recover in the hospital, hears the family screaming for their lives. Reaching out to the house, he tries to heal the girl but it's too late. Hiro also shoots Ichiro, but Ichiro heals immediately and watches as Hiro escape. The murder makes headlines the next day. As no bullets were found, Naoyuki doubts if Hiro did all of this. Hiro offers him a huge amount of money, but Naoyuki refuses, saying he is evil for killing innocent people just because he is now strong. He says he doesn't want to be his friend anymore. Hiro is heartbroken by this. Returning home, his mother reveals that she has pancreatic cancer. Hiro is shocked by this. Hugging his mother, he tells her that he will not let her die. Meanwhile, Ichiro returns home. where his son is found stealing money from his mother's purse and her daughter refuses to go to the university. He says he will make everything okay, but on this, her daughter starts to make him feel worse about being a common man. She tells Ichiro that his son is bullied at school and her mother has an affair with a younger man. That night, Ichiro cries, drowning into sadness, but then, he hears Naoyuki praying to God to stop his friend from killing people. Ichiro realizes he's talking about Hiro and flies to him. They talk for a while and then Naoyuki offers to train him to fight Hiro. As even they both have same powers, still Hiro is better at using them. At an abandoned garage, they start training, where Ichiro slowly learns to shoot but needs more practice. Meanwhile, Hiro and his mother are at the doctor's, where the doctor tells them that cancer cells have magically disappeared from her body. We all know why. They both being happy returns to home. On their way, they were stopped by 6 policemen to interrogate Hiro about the murders. Hiro tries to escape and they tries to catch him, only to get punched in the face. Hiro shoots 3 policemen dead while escaping, making it clear that Hiro was behind the murders. He became the headline of the news the very next day. Shion finds Hiro and brings him home, allowing him to stay with her, ignoring what he did. Meanwhile, Ichiro masters shooting with his fingers, and they also finds out that water acts as a fuel for their advanced robotic body, but is allergic to sodium water. The media attacks Hiro's mother and she's harassed by everyone. She receives death threats on the internet. Hiro cries as he can't do anything about this, but her mother couldn't bear with the insult and harassment for so long and commits suicide. Finding about this from the news, Hiro is heartbroken, losing the only person he truly loved, but soon, his sadness turns into rage, and he discovers that he can shoot people through their mobile or computer screens. He then kills every person who tried to harass his mother on the internet one by one. He also showed Shion he's not a complete human but something more advanced and powerful. He takes her to the heights of the sky and tells her that he also likes her. Whole city is on chaos as Hiro kills people. People who survived the attack explains how they saw Hiro on their phone screen just before they were shot. One night, Shion was cooking for Hiro, but suddenly, the house is attacked by the cops. Hiro kills everyone but couldn't save the girl he loved. His mind goes numb and then bursts out of rage as he casts into the sky. The head of the cops was too stunned to speak. When Ichiro finds out what Hiro is doing, he asks his family to not go outside and use their phones, but as usual they don't obey him. Hiro hacks the entire internet and shows up on every working screen, declaring a war against more than 120 million people of Japan, stating he will kill every person until no one is left. He starts shooting through every screen he can, killing thousands of people in less than a second. Ichiro then overhacks the internet and use it to tell people not to use their phone until Hiro is caught. Their plan works, but Hiro also finds out about Ichiro, so he changes his plan. He started firing missiles over the country. So now, Ichiro locates him and confronting him he asks him to stop everything, but it doesn't work like any other movie. They battles through the whole city, flying and shooting, killing and hurting many innocent people, including Mari. Ichiro again requests him to stop and he again refuses. Hiro then tries to drink water but Ichiro shoots the bottle, and drops the sodium water bottle he had, unaware of the effect. Hiro then drinks from the sodium water bottle. He bombards Ichiro with missiles and was on the verge of killing him with a final shot, but his body reacts with sodium water and shuts. As he falls down he realizes that he's the villain of this story. Ichiro then goes to check her daughter. He saves her from dying with his powers, but as they celebrate, Hiro comes back and attacks them. He shoots Mari and then starts to beat Ichiro, before throwing Mari out the building. But this rages Ichiro and he then with all his power attacks Hiro. He was strong enough to defeat Hiro this time, and he also dashingly saves Mari. Mari then looks at his father with complete admiration and respect as Ichiro saves people from dying. A week later this incident, Hiro is declared dead. Now, Ichiro is respected by his family, especially by his daughter. This is where the movie ends. Subscribe to the channel if you love movies, like and share the video, we appreciate it. See you again.